Central Methodist is getting ready to host the Grandview Vikings in women's soccer. What a great day for some soccer here from Fayette, Missouri. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Austin Thomas. It's 84 degrees and sunny here in Fayette. It's been a bit of a windy one today, and the winds currently 14 miles an hour, 20-mile-an-hour gusts pushing out toward the left side of the field, so there will be a clear advantage depending on the side of the field these teams will be taking. Central Methodist getting ready to potentially get their fourth straight win, whereas Grandview is looking to avoid their fourth straight loss. Grandview currently sits at 1-5-2 on the season. The Vikings' one win was against Clark earlier in the year, and they ride a 3-game losing streak. They'll look to avoid that, but it's going to be a tough one for them as they take on the number 16 CMU Eagles. The Eagles currently sitting at 8-1-2 on the season. In heart play, they are 6-0-1. They have not lost a game within the conference, and of course they are hosting tonight, looking for a big win to make it 4 in a row. Over their last 8 games, Central Methodist has tied one of them and won the other 7. Those are all of the games from September. What a phenomenal month for Central Methodist. They'll look to continue that momentum here into October, their first game of the month here on a Saturday afternoon. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. First off, with the visiting Grandview Vikings, they're going to be starting up front with Soleil Collins and Riley Pryor. Behind them, you have Sophia Lavarieja, Olivia Boyle, Abigail Davis, and Sunny Sigurdsdottir. Along with them, Ava Adams, Taylor Petit, Alyssa Beasley, and Peyton Leibolt are starting. And then finally, Maya Fritz is in goal for the Vikings. On the Central Methodist starting lineup, they are keeping things exactly the same. Mariana Barreto and Luisa Schaup are up front. Those are the two forwards who have been incredible this season, specifically Barreto with her 14 goals on the season, looking to add some more today. Behind them, Sarah Garcia, Maya Heinrichsen, Mocha Ishii, Jenna Brower are starting, along with Nerea Munoz, Reek Protz, Irena Reith, and Suzu Narusawa, and then finally in keeper, Amber Bennett. That's a look at the starting lineup for Central Methodist and for the Grandview Vikings as we get ready to roll. Kickoff coming up in just a couple moments. Grandview wearing the red jerseys and red shorts. Central Methodist wearing their gray jerseys and gray shorts with the green lettering and numbering. Grandview starting with the ball, the referees and players getting in position, and we are underway with the first 45 right now. Thanks for joining us today, and Central Methodist looking for win number 9 under Dan Schmidlin. Schmidlin in his 18th season at Central Methodist, and man, he has been on one heck of a run coaching this women's soccer team. 8 straight NAIA tournament appearances, trying to make it 9 straight. And the way that this season's been going, it sure looks like they are ready to get rolling with that 9th. One of the best teams in NAIA women's soccer you're going to find. And Central Methodist going to try and prove that early as they get aggressive, trying to get a give and go to go their way, but not quite finding the connection that they hoped for. Grandview's got possession of the ball. Looking to cross the field. They have some space, not able to get it to Abigail Davis. Taken away on the near side by Suzu Narusawa. Now Narusawa gets it back. She's got space up the near side of the field, but instead gives it to a teammate. Once again, plenty of space for her to work with. Wind is pushing toward the Grandview goal, so we'll make it a little bit easier for those long passes for Central Methodist when they try and put one over the top. Grandview's going to have to work with the ball on the ground quite a bit. Reek Protz with the ball, now gets it up to the right side. Central Methodist trying to push here, and they get it out wide. Looking for a cross into the middle. It's batted around, not cleared just yet. Now finally able to get it pushed up the field, but still not crossing midway. Jenna Brower able to take it away. Gets it back to the right side, and Protz over to Reith. Reith over to Heinrichsen. Heinrichsen now again, space up to the left. Narusawa trying to give it away. Finds Barreto. Barreto able to fight and stay in possession of it for a throw-in. Narusawa thought about giving it a shot, but hands it off to Reith instead. Ball far down the sideline, and big chance for Central Methodist. And Reith on the throw. It's a high one, and not quite the right angle that she was hoping for as it pops out the back line, but a corner kick works in favor of Central Methodist. So all the Eagles now pushing forward as this will be one of the big early opportunities for the Central Methodist team, and certainly favorites in this game. But anything can happen. Long cross coming in, and it's off of the crossbar. It stays in play. Now to the opposite corner, and not able to keep it before it goes out the goal line for a goal kick. Central Methodist, man, they are just killing it right now and trying to keep it rolling along. Last season ended up losing in the second round of the NAIA National Championship Tournament. So obviously looking to go further than that this year, but got to get back there in the first place, and in order to do so, got to keep winning. Their one loss came right at the start of the year. Was on the road at then number 16 Oklahoma Wesleyan, who now ranks top 10 at the nation at number 8. So Central Methodist slowly proving themselves, but still trying, of course, to get higher and higher as there was an opportunity for Grandview. And Grandview this season, while their 1-5-2 record does not strike confidence, their defense has been quite strong this year. Haven't allowed anything more than 3 goals this season, and doing so in conference play. It's pretty impressive that they've been able to hold off on the goals. Now their offense has certainly struggled. And a long pass coming in. It's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick. Amber Bennett in goal. Let that one go on past her. Maya Fritz in goal for Grandview. Let that one go on past her. And Fritz, the only keeper this season that has played for Grandview. All 7 games. She's played all 90 minutes. And man, she has been phenomenal back there. Part of the reason why their defense has been so good. 86% save percentage. Such a huge piece to this team, and Maya Fritz looking to continue that stretch. But of course hoping that she won't get tested. Although with Central Methodist's offense, that's a long bet. So she's got to be ready. Long pass there goes out the goal line, and Fritz looking to keep things rolling along. She'll get the goal kick here, and instead lets her teammate take it. Sends it just shy of midfield. Central Methodist quickly getting it back, trying to find some space. but kicked away for a short second by the Vikings. Now run into the corner, trying to get it back into the middle. It's tapped out the back line once more. Corner kick coming up for Central Methodist. And CMU, I mentioned how good their offense is. In all 8 games of September, they scored multiple goals in every game. Corner kick coming in, and it's bounced up in the air. It's on the ground. It's a scrum. Who will be able to take it? Shot blocked up and goes out of bounds, but they're going to say no block. It was just skied in the air, and a goal kick coming up. The ball found some grass in the goal box, but just not able to find the net. So we remain scoreless. Just about 8 minutes into this match. 37 minutes to go in the first half. The boot is up and once again just shy of midfield. Not too bad of a kick and still on the ground here. Neither team clearly in possession, although Grandview will pass it backwards now. Trying to push it up, nobody was there, and Central Methodist getting the ball back. Grandview led by Vency Stoimerov. Has not been the season he was hoping for. Stoimerov, longtime coach of this Grandview team. Actually started the women's soccer program back in 1998, so he's been here a while. Seen plenty of teams here at Grandview, and Central Methodist always been a thorn in his side. But they have been relatively strong under Stoimerov throughout his coaching career. Grandview, specifically back in really the early 2000s and 2010s, really good under his leadership. Back in 2009, his first national tournament appearance. Also has been ranked in several years. Been a while since the last time that they were ranked, though. Grandview hoping that they can bring this program back to some strong teams, but this season right now not looking as such. Central Methodist kind of the opposite way. Right now they're, well, not quite the opposite. They have had that historical greatness, but they're also seeing plenty of success this year. Last season ended up losing in the Hart Conference Championship to Mid-America Nazarene. Central Methodist in the regular season this year won 2-1 against that MNU squad. Central Methodist continuing to have the ball here, but haven't really been able to create the opportunity that they've been looking for. Constantly applying pressure to Grandview, but as you might have expected with the way that this defense and goalkeeping has looked, they still haven't allowed anything through. This game coming off the heels of the men's game as part of a soccer doubleheader here at Davis Field. The Central Methodist men's team ended up winning 3-2 after a scoreless first half. It was a crazy second half, I'll tell you what. Now pushing the ball up the middle, Jenna Brower. Midfielder for Central Methodist, who is making her 7th start of the season, 8th appearance overall. Hasn't been involved in every game, but making some big-time impact in the games that she has been able to get into, and part of the reason why she's starting for this team now. Mentioned it earlier, though, the real key piece that you're looking for is Mariano Barreto. Barreto, just absolutely incredible part of this team, and her 31 points on the season through the team's 11 games, I think, speaks for itself. But she's had a lot of shots as well. 57 shots for the 14 goals, so she just creates the opportunities. Has yet to see one in this game, however. Central Methodist just the one shot so far, and trying to get it back in the middle. They just haven't quite had that opportunity that they've been looking for. Again, the ball plenty down the field. And now, corner kick coming for Central Methodist. So an opportunity to take the early lead. Cross comes in, finds the early part of the post, now trying to get it back to the other side of the goal box. Still nobody there. Barreto fighting for it. Not able to get to it just yet, though. Goes out the sideline, and now a throw-in comes. Urena Reith looking for the long throw-in. And Reith, this one a little bit more where she wanted it to go, but not quite able to keep it in play. And another goal kick coming up here. Seen plenty of goal kicks for Grandview so far today. Central Methodist really has not been on their passing game so far today. Despite being able to work the ball down the field, it seems like once they're there right now, it's been rather silent. But that's a lot better of a problem to have than not being able to keep possession. Central Methodist has really been in control of the ball for a majority of the game through these opening 15 minutes. And now the header coming in, and it just misses wide to the left. That was a great pass and found Mariana Barreto. Barreto not quite able to angle the header where she wanted it, though. So it remains tied 0-0. That the second shot of the game for Central Methodist. Another goal kick for Grandview, but that one a true goal-scoring opportunity for the Eagles. Able to get the ball back real quick, and once again they'll pass it between the defense. You look at last game for Central Methodist and ended up winning 3-1 on the road at Culver Stockton. In the first half, similarly, it really was even as the pass coming in here is popped in the air and batted to the ground. Fritz able to pick it up eventually. Louisa Schaup was there. Tried to clean it up, but not quite able to do so. And now the kick goes long. Soleil Collins, long kick up. And the keeper, Bennett, going out of the goal box and out of the penalty area to kick the ball. A little bit risky. Now the shot coming in doesn't have enough juice on it. Picked up pretty easily by Bennett. So Bennett now will roll it on the ground, and first real chance that Grandview's had. First shot of the game for them. ball to the outside, doesn't go where she wanted it to. Maya Heinrichsen tried to get it outside for Suzu Narasawa, but a little bit of miscommunication there, and the giveaway makes it Grandview ball. Long throwing up the sideline, trying to keep it in play, not able to, but a throw-in for Grandview keeps it in Viking possession. Mentioned last game against Culver Stockton, 3-1 the final score, but it was a 2-1 game in the second half. Certainly either team's game, and in that first half as well, both teams took 5 shots. So they had very similar opportunities, although at halftime, Central Methodist led 2-0. They had converted on their opportunities, whereas Culver Stockton had not. Right now, it seems like Central Methodist might be en route to a lot of shots taken. The question is whether they'll be able to convert or not. They've been able to get into position. Brower trying to dribble through the defense. Not able to, though. Heinrichsen picks it up, tries to make an outside pass. A little too hard on it. Missed the connection with Sarah Garcia. Sarah Garcia, another player who's had a lot of opportunities, 16 shots this season. Made just 2 of them, though. Long throw in and fought for. Garcia trying to work the ball back. He was able to do so. Back to Reith. Over to Protz. Protz back out wide now. Munoz back to Protz. Munoz again, and Central Methodist just creeping forward. Trying to find it back in the middle. There's some space. Long shot opportunity to the left side, and it just misses wide. Another chance for Louisa Schaup. Schaup's been working it inside, and that one a little too far to the left, but not a bad chance. You like the aggressiveness as Barreto tries to put herself in between the ball and the pass, but knocks it out of play. Now another long throw in and headed by Reith. Sophia Lavarieja gives it in, and Petit up the left side. Now making a bit of a run here, trying to find some space. Mia Bell passes it backwards. Over to Davis. Back to the outside, Davis again. Trying to send it up and not quite able to find that connection. Now up the left side. Plenty of space for Garcia. Garcia maybe looking for Barreto, trying to get the through pass, but cut off by Lavarieja. Good interception, but Central Methodist able to work it back quickly. Barreto trying to work into the middle of the field, trying to find some space to take a shot. Barreto not there, passes it back. Now out to the outside. Reith has so much space, but instead gives it away Garcia. Garcia back to Reith. All the time in the world, back on the ground into the middle, misses the leg of an attacking Eagle and kicked out of play. It was Mocha Ishii who was there and just mistimed the kick. Had a goal-scoring opportunity, and now the throw-in from Reith. Near side of the goal box, and Barreto was trying to put a foot on the ball for a shot. And now a foul called as whistles blow, and could be looking at a booking here. So a penalty kick coming. Central Methodist, a chance to take the lead. Looks like no booking, and instead, Barreto will have an opportunity for her 15th goal of the season. 1-on-1 with Maya Fritz. The kick comes in and it goes. Central Methodist takes the lead 1-0. It's Mariana Barreto with her 15th goal of the season. With 23:40 to go in the first half, it's 1-0 Central Methodist. The Eagles take their lead, and in a game that they hope to win by a lot, they're looking to back it up. An early score certainly helps to do that. And the Eagles already on. They'll get back to play. Grandview hoping to work that goal back. They certainly have that work cut out for them. Quick kick inside from Collins. Collins trying to take on the entire defense herself. Now passes it away. Bell passes backwards. Davis pushing up to Collins, but a little bit over her head. Taken away by Central Methodist. And Barreto, goal number 15 on the season. It was her second shot attempt of the game. Puts her at 15 goals on 59 shot attempts. Making over 25% of her attempts. That's not too bad of a number, especially with the quantity that she's been taking. No assist on that, of course, because of the penalty, but always looking for great passes as well. Clearance from the keeper does not go, and Central Methodist is able to grab it back. Protz back out to Reith. Reith tried to kick it up the sideline a little too far outside. Intended for Garcia. And Grandview, with 22 minutes to go in the first half, gets it back. Quick turnaround. Central Methodist getting the ball back. Protz back out to Nerea Munoz. Into the middle of the field. Brower back over to Reith. And again, you saw Central Methodist doing this earlier. They just have those passes back and forth from the defense, and they just creep their way forward. And now a pass gets through to the outside into the corner, trying to send it back into the middle. It's on the ground for Barreto, and Barreto sails it. Had an opportunity for the early brace, but not able to get the kick that she was looking for, and goes well wide. Goal kick once more for the Vikings, and substitution as well. Peyton Leibolt comes out of the game for the Vikings. And ball out of bounds once more back to Central Methodist. Another opportunity for Central Methodist as they look to keep applying pressure. Cross coming in, and it finds Brower, but not able to control it. Off of her thigh a little bit too far, and the keeper Fritz runs up and is able to stop it from going in. Well, Mariana Barreto, with her goal in this game, has now scored in 5 consecutive matches. She scored multiple goals in her last 3 games, trying to make it 4 in a row. Had an opportunity for a brace on that last one. And this is just a phenomenal run that we've been seeing from Barreto. early in the season, I mean, she was great too. Had that hat trick at Briarcliff. Had a brace against William Woods. Got 5 games this season with multiple goals. And with 65 minutes to play, got plenty of opportunity to make at least a brace in this one. And Barreto nearly had the ball there. Now a kick back to the outside, but nobody was there to put it in. And goal kick for Grandview. Feels like I've been saying that quite a bit today. Central Methodist has just continued pushing the ball down the field. And the thing with Grandview is they haven't been able to push it really past midfield on these goal kicks. A lot of the time, Central Methodist taking away right at the middle of the field, and looks like they decide to change up the strategy, pass it early and get it up by their connections rather than trying for that far kick, but a takeaway doesn't get it too much further than a goal kick ultimately would have. Well, I guess I should say a clearance. Central Methodist still pushing that up the field, but as soon as they get that ball on the defensive side, they'll be willing to slow it down and make those passes. Sarah Garcia trying to control, had a good first touch. Second one was a little bit off, but able to control it still. Now back Ishii to the outside. Barreto trying to centralize, but nearly friendly fire as Olivia Boyle came in and deflected it. Maya Fritz had to jump last second to her right in order to pick it up. But she did. So Grandview now hoping to make something of their possession. Barreto, though, continuing to prove her ability by taking it away, and center referee coming over to discuss the last play. Common foul called as it was Evelyn Hearser, substitute who came in just a little bit ago. Now Sarah Garcia and Maya Heinrichsen both standing over the ball. Heinrichsen won't kick it. She'll fake like she will. And now she does with the left foot, trying to fake out the defenders. Doesn't quite work out. Now Grandview's got some numbers. Potential counterattack here. Got to take the speed if they can. Putting it up the right side, but there was Reith to take it right back away. Garcia putting it up the middle of the field. It's just over the head of Schaup and to the keeper. Counterattack to the counterattack. Now Central Methodist gets a chance to calm it down with just over 15 minutes to go. A 1-0 lead. They've had dominating possession so far. Amber Bennett back in the keeper spot for Central Methodist. Does seem to still be ready right now, despite having had no action through the first 30 minutes. Central Methodist really just keeping the ball. Although Grandview gets a takeaway here, CMU a lot of the time today has been able to at least generate a cross in those situations. They work it back. Now back to the middle of the field. It's a little bit of a far pass. Grandview just has to kick it out. And it looks like a lot of substitutes coming in here. 5 of them for Central Methodist, 2 for Grandview. So Reith comes out of the game. So does Brower. for Central Methodist. Alyssa Beasley and Abigail Davis check out of the game for Grandview, and then the other 3 for Central Methodist. Suzu Narusawa, Louisa Schaup, and Mocha Ishii. Now back in play, ready to go with 14 minutes on the clock. Trying to send it back into the middle of the field, and an attack coming as Grandview is able to get it back for a split second. It was Taylor Petit, and now a through ball. Not quite where Central Methodist could get there. Pascal Rodriguez was on the run. CMU once again trying to get the ball back, but unsuccessful so far. Grandview, after these substitutions, has certainly looked a little more eager for the ball. Although a giveaway there sends it all the way back to Amber Bennett. Now, Reek Protz taking it all the way up from the penalty box to midfield. Still no pressure. Plenty of space. Sends it over the top. Barreto nearly there on the over-the-top pass, but instead kicked out of play for a throw-in. CMU decides to take the throw-in way up the sideline for positioning. Now back to the outside. Still some space and a nice turnaround, but doesn't result in anything. Grace Elder. Still Central Methodist ball as it goes out of play. 12 minutes to go, and Central Methodist holding that 1-0 lead as time is called here. Looks like Grace Elder was wearing some jewelry that she has to take off, so sent off to the sideline. While she gets that figured out, the two teams kind of getting ready to roll here, and Elder off on the sideline. The Eagles looking to work it back into the middle of the field, put it on the ground, and now back into the middle. Shot attempt, not going to go from Heinrichsen, and a long one just stays on the ground from Barreto. Both Heinrichsen and Barreto had an opportunity at the goal, but not able to find it, so long kick here, and Grandview not able to have the touch that they were hoping for. Now that Grace Elder has had that figured out, she'll come back into the game, and Central Methodist making a couple of other substitutions as well. As Luana Geraldine comes into the game, along with Belin Castillo. Sarah Garcia is out of the game. Mariana Barreto goes to the sideline as well. And also Diana Espinosa and comes in for Taylor Petit on the Grandview side. Elder with it. Works her way backwards and hands it off. Laura Andres to the far side now and trying to keep it in play, but Grandview had some positioning there as CMU has to work it back. Lauren Berger pushing up on that one, and Berger had the third goal of the game against Culver Stockton, coming in as a substitute. See if she can have similar effect in this one, and Berger takes it away. Now pushes it up on a pass forward, but not able to find her teammate. A little too far forward. Rodriguez was on the run there. Throw in coming now as Berger will look to send this one in. In just shy of the goal box and trying to pick it back away. Grandview's able to keep it out. Now switching to the far side of the field. Grandview's got some momentum, trying to keep possession of the ball, but going down, it's a CMU throw-in. Had a chance on that run there. Just not quite able to make it work out. Protz over to the near side, and the Eagles looking to double their lead, but over the past 5 to 10 minutes, Grandview has really been stepping up to the competition. I mean, they look a lot different than they did for the early part of the first half, but a long pass, and it's, again, just a little bit too far. Rodriguez tried to chase it down, couldn't quite get to it. Now another substitution for the Vikings. Sunny Sigurdsdottir comes out of the game, and Sarah Duque comes in. Kick up the middle, but it's straight to Heinrichsen. Heinrichsen back to the middle, back into the penalty area, but got a little bit away. Once more, Rodriguez there with the ball at her feet, but couldn't generate a shot. Was fighting through defenders, and when she finally did that, ended up being Maya Fritz that got the ball. Rodriguez back one more time to the outside and tried to find her teammate, but Lauren Berger not able to get to that one. And Berger now looking for the throw-in. She's got 2 goals on the season. One of them, the goal that I mentioned previously. Hasn't taken too many shots, though, just 5 on the year. So now back into the middle. Central Methodist trying to keep it, but just past Grace Elder and out the sideline for a throw-in. That throw-in just rides the line. Works out in favor of the Eagles anyways. Berger, a give and go. Protz over to Munoz, back to the middle. Munoz gets it back, trying to find a way to pass the ball inside, and Maya Fritz was there for a second and was able to knock it out of bounds, but a corner kick coming up for Central Methodist. Finally able to get back with a corner kick. This will be their 4th one of the game. 6 shots throughout the game for Central Methodist here in the first half. Kick coming in to the top of the penalty box. The header is not located very well, and Grandview will kick it out the touchline for a throw-in. But the throw-in, they're going to change the ruling here and say that instead it's a goal kick. So Maya Fritz will put this on the ground. Fritz Now to the side, Elder. Elder looking for some space, but kicks it off the defender and out of bounds. It was Shaylin Griffin who was there. And Griffin's been a key piece to this team throughout the year, but didn't draw the start today. Central Methodist trying to work it inside, and now the clearance goes out the sideline. I mean, Shaylin Griffin has played in all 7 games. 2 of them have been starts, 5 of them off the bench. Griffin started last game as well. But Peyton Leibold able to work herself back into the starting lineup. And so it was Shaylin Griffin who ended up going to the bench here, but making the appearance. Now a quick switch once again for Grandview. As Mia Bell comes out of the game. CMU still in possession with under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for the Eagles. Back to the middle of the field, and Grandview able to take it away for the time being. CMU gets it back, though. Over to the outside, trying to send it up the sideline and going careening out of bounds. It's another throw-in for the Eagles. Central Methodist. Lauren Berger running up on it, and Berger going to try and send this one into the goal box. Gets a header. It's popped up, still fought for, and it's going to be a corner kick for CMU. The home team once more getting a corner. Their 5th corner kick of the afternoon. As the shadows start to elongate here onto the field, the sun setting behind us as we get closer and closer to fall. Technically already fall, although it doesn't feel like it. 83 degrees still here, but is a little bit cooler than the 85 it was earlier as the kick coming in is popped up and just over the top of the crossbar. It was Protz who ran up on the shot attempt. Not able to make firm contact with it, though, and so it remains 1-0. Central Methodist getting back in control of the game after about 10 minutes or so, where Grandview really felt like it was even between the two sides when it comes to possession and shot opportunities, but the Eagles quickly able to get it back. All it takes, though, is one good run, and Grandview could tie it up. Central Methodist hoping, of course, that's not the case. CMU, though, this is just their 4th home game of the season. 2-0-1. So only one game that they haven't won at home, and, well, only 2 games that they have won, but this one remains close. Throw in for the Eagles. Goes back to Protz. Protz decides to cross. Munoz. Munoz back up the middle. Not a great touch and taken away. And common foul called against Central Methodist. Bit of a late challenge there. 30 seconds to go, so not much time to speak of, and Grandview going to be rushing here for one of their last opportunities of the half. Just one shot so far, trying to get their second one. It's a good kick over the top, and the header not going to give an opportunity for it to be sent in. Central Methodist not looking like they're going to take any last-second shots here, and as the clock runs out, that will do it for the first half. So the score at halftime, Central Methodist 1, Grandview 0, and 6 shots from Central Methodist, just 1 from Grandview. That 1 shot from Grandview was on goal, although a little bit of a weak one, and from Central Methodist, they've had 3 shots on goal. Of course, they have converted the one on Mariana Beretta's penalty kick from earlier. Central Methodist 5 corner kicks compared to Grandview's 0, and it's been dominating possession by Central Methodist. We'll see if they can keep it up for the second half and if they end up adding to their already 1-goal lead. But that'll come up next. We've got about 15 or so minutes, and when we return, we'll have that second half of action for you here as we have soccer coming to you from Fayette, Missouri. We'll be back after this. Half of action is just about to get underway here from Fayette, Missouri. It's been keeper, Brooke Osor, gets it over to the defense. 15 shots to 1 so far, and Central Methodist really holding on for this one. First goal, of course, came back in the first half on the penalty. Mariana Barreto. Second goal, Jenna Brower sent it in a minute and a half into the second half. Quick score to double the lead, and then it became 3-0 on another penalty kick. This one, Sarah Garcia was able to put it in the net. And 3-0 feels like the way that this one will end, despite still 10 minutes to go. Central Methodist mostly playing conservatively and just making these simple passes. And the ball back centralized, but only for a little bit. CMU going to try and work it into the corner. Grace Elder trying to make a move and had it for a second, but not able to keep the ball in play. And a throw in coming, but before that, we do finally get the switch as the new keeper comes into the game for the Vikings. And the Vikings putting in their backup keeper at this point in time, and Maya Fritz out of the game. Just trying to get some extra playing time for Jeanette De La Cruz Jimenez, who came into the game here. CMU fighting for it. Lauren Berger goes to the ground, but just jockeying for positioning there. Berger sending it in, and Geraldine is there. Geraldine trying to find her way inside, but cleared out to the sideline. And Luana Geraldine, mentioned her earlier. She's had a couple of impactful moments for this CMU team. 3 goals on the season, 1 assist on just 7 shots. Been effective when she decides to take them. Berger with the throw-in, but it's knocked out the back line for a corner kick. So another corner coming for Central Methodist. Eighth corner kick of the game. Grandview has really been stifled all afternoon. No corner kicks for them, just the 1 shot, and that came in the first few minutes of the game. Central Methodist since then has kept the ball past the 30-yard line all but 1 time. That was when they decided to pass back to the keeper, Amber Bennett. She did go down with an injury as Grandview had tried to attack, sent that ball over the top. There was a bit of a collision there. Bennett was able to stay up, though, for a few more minutes. Ended up getting some rest, though, here near the end after returning to play. Gave room for Brooke Asor to check in. And Asor, this is her 6th game of the season. Made 3 saves, allowed 1 goal so far. Couple of first looks at these 2 keepers. Not first looks, I should say, but early looks. Haven't had too much of a chance to see them in the net, at least in real game action, Geraldine here. A nice couple of moves. Tried to get it across, but not able to find her teammate. It was Ava Adams who was pushed up. Made the stop there, I believe. Pascal Rodriguez was nearly able to get a foot on it. Now a throw in for Lauren Berger. Berger the pass into the penalty area just outside the goal box. Now the kick coming up, but it misses just a bit wide to the right. And a whistle blows as another substitute will come on in here. Checking in is Mia Bell. Coming out of the game is Ava Adams. And now the kick to the sideline. Not what she was trying to do there. Laura Andres. Ball pushed up the sideline, and Grandview able to get the ball into the CMU corner, but it rolls back and no pressure there. Rolls back to the pole vaulting setup and now handed back to Asur. Central Methodist just trying to finish this one on a good note and get out of here with that 3-goal victory. Of course, a goal or two still could come across, but final result all but decided. Header going all the way back to Asur, and once again, Grandview able to push it back past the penalty area, which we haven't really seen all too much today. Berger sending it up, and it is just past her. Has some space now into the middle. Geraldine not able to connect on it before it's tipped away, and now goes out the sideline. Lauren Berger gets it over the head of the defender, and now back in. Couple of passes here with just over 3 minutes to go. Berger back behind midfield to her teammate, and Belin Castillo back there. Now a little bit of a collision. Berger gets it off. Fighting up there is Serrato. Now back up, and the shot sails away. An attempt from Andres, but not able to get there. 2:30 remaining, and a goal kick, but a substitution first. Abigail Davis came out of the game, and now back underway. It's out the sideline for a Central Methodist throw-in. It was Lindsay Nels who came into the game. Throw-in comes, but whistle goes the other way. A legal throw-in, so Grandview looking for one final run at goal with under 100 seconds to go. Long kick, but goes out of bounds. Another throw in here for Central Methodist, and Central Methodist, they're trying to make it back to the NAIA Championship Tournament for their 9th straight season. After a 7-0-1 September, they're starting off October the way that they hoped for. Only 6 games to play in October compared to the 8 that they played in September. You got a week for your next game and hoping to keep some momentum. Long pass coming into the penalty area. Now back on the ground. Not able to find a teammate. Berger getting it back into the middle. Now trying to go over the head with a kick. And Geraldine tries to take a shot, but way high over the goal. And with just over 30 seconds left, likely that you'll see Grandview just try and clear this one. And the kick comes up and headed straight back to the defense. Lauren Berger now back to the middle and now back once more. Castillo with just under 10 seconds to go, and that will do it for this one. 3-0 the final score. Central Methodist claims their 4th straight victory. They've won 8 of their last 9 games. The only one that they didn't was a tie against the now number 6 team in the nation in Missouri Valley. So a great stretch for Central Methodist. They'll look to keep it up, but their next game, as mentioned earlier, is going to be on the road at Graceland. A couple of teams that they'll hope to get some wins against at Graceland next Saturday, and then the following Wednesday, it's at Benedictine. You got to wait 2 Saturdays from now for the next home game for the Eagles as they'll take on Mount Mercy at 5 o'clock on the 18th. As for Grandview, coming up for them, they will be taking on William Woods for Senior Day at home next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. But that's just going to about do it for tonight's broadcast. The final score, 3-0. Central Methodist outshot Grandview 17-1. They had 6 shots on goal compared to the one that Grandview had, 8 corners to none, and that is just about all. The 3 goals coming from Sarah Garcia, Jenna Brower, and Mariana Barreto. That's all. Thanks for tuning in so much. For myself, Austin Thomas, and from the rest of the Central Methodist Eagles, thank you, and have a great rest of your night.